I was using selective hearing. Like a lot of my athletes do. Selective fucking hearing.
And we're back.
I know, after a 2-week break because of life, you know?
Back together. No, what is it? Reunited,
Oh, God.
and it feels so good. They were like, we need the first episode to...
Hi, guys.
Listen, yap.
A podcast. Welcome back to episode 4. We're at the halfway mark.
How many are we releasing?
I don't know, but I'm gonna say that, and I guess we'll see how many we actually put out.
8.
8, maybe 9, maybe 10, 11, 12.
Who
I don't
knows?
know. You'll know. We'll know, and well, I mean, we'll know on the side, but you'll know when you know.
I feel like in the fall we'll probably have to take an actual break from season 1.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when we get super busy.
Yeah. So probably before fall. Probably we'll end over maybe in the summer. We'll do some summer vibes, and then we're like, all right, thanks for coming. We'll see you back season 2.
Next spring.
Next
year.
spring. No, winter break.
Oh, yeah, winter break.
We could start winter.
Yeah.
Because we could figure out the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. How exciting, because my life is going to be interesting from then.
Yeah.
And on. But like with life, topic of life, honestly, we're here to talk about passion projects. And kind of like an overview of that, it's just like us being in our mid-20s, almost like halfway to 30. God, but my body's already accepting that. I think it's already at 30. My knee hurts so really bad right now. And I think we're at that timeline where, you know, if you went to college or you've done this routine, like from even high school, where you like go wake up, get ready, go to work, go to school, do this, and like it's instant repeat. And now, at least with us, from being college graduates, we are now in this different cycle of like work, waking up, going to work, doing this and this, and then we have this free time that we have no idea like what the hell to do with.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was the heaviest. I mean, I want to, at least for me, it was like a big learning curve, because I was like, dang, like now I'm getting a taste of like, what do I like doing outside of a routine that I have been having since I was a kid in high school.
Yeah. And I mean, we were both technically student athletes in high school, right?
Yeah.
So it was very much like, okay, you wake up, you have your whole day, you go to practice, you come home, you do your homework, right? And then
mine's a little more excessive.
Well,
like then that evening didn't finish.
Yeah.
So like I would wake up, go to school, have the first practice, which was for high school, and then after that, have a little break, eat really quick, do some homework, change to our club uniforms, so we play club soccer, go to practice in the night, do the 2 hours,
God.
No, that's not even done. Going back home, and then eating dinner, showering, and finishing every homework, and then going to bed when we did, and then we do it all again the next day. So it was a heavier routine. I mean, I liked it. I think it was really helpful to build that type of discipline routine. I like routines, but I think that's what I struggled with the most, navigating like, shoot, now I'm in the work world and I have free time, and then I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, post college graduation, and you're just working, and then it's like, well, what do I do for me?
Yeah, because like the me time was, all right, we got homework to do, like we're busy, like studying.
Well, yeah, when we were in our master's programs, and you're about to get back into that.
Yeah, so my routine's gonna be a nightmare.
But in this gap where we're both not going to school and just working, like, wow, what do we do to fill our time at night?
I mean, from masters, I've been in a gap for 3 years now, so yeah, that was weird.
I had a 1-year gap in between undergrad and grad.
Yeah.
And now this first year, it's already been a year since I graduated. Oh, yay.
But it was, yeah, I don't know how to like, I still don't, I've gotten better, but there's still times like now I'm like, I don't know what to do, or like learning to even do things by myself, or like going back to my inner child and being like, there's activities that I used to do as a kid, and now I'm like, why did I get to relearn it or re-enjoy it, which is nice, because like, yeah, I don't know.
But you have a couple passions. Or things that you enjoy doing. She has a very extensive Lego collection.
I have a very
if
extensive
anybody has
Lego
ever seen.
collection. I love Legos. That I got into like this past year, I want to say.
I feel like it's been forever.
Maybe you got into what is it called? That like
what did I get into?
It was that those image things like
and I was like it's not like point stitching, or maybe it is. Like crochet-ish realm, and that was because of my grad program. Because I did that big blanket, and then I was like, oh my god, I kind of enjoy this, but I haven't picked that up in a while, honestly.
Oh, really? You should join your sister's thing. She has like a whole club of crocheting. I'm being serious.
I want to like actually like crochet with needles. Like I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah, she'll teach you. It's not hard. I mean, for her it's not hard. For me, looking at it, I'm like, this looks awful.
Yeah. But, and you like to read?
Yeah, I'm a massive bookworm. I have my goal in the future when I have my own home, I want to have a personal library. So I technically have a library in my room. Even like my sister, she got me a stamp that says from the Library of Breeze. So my books have that stamp, and I feel very superficial. I'm reading right now. Currently, I'm reading 3 books, all in different settings. Depends what I feel that day. Of like, one's usually a mental health book, one's a fiction is like the fake, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just making
you
sure.
read, I don't.
But I don't know that. Sometimes I forget fiction and nonfiction. Like whatever. Like I don't whatever.
Fiction would be fake.
So I read a mental health book for my well-being, depending on the timeline of my life that I need to like hear. Mm-hmm. And then I have my fiction book, and then usually poetry, and then also another fiction book. So I'm like, I want something else interesting or chaotic.
Yeah.
Or I'm a really rom-com girly, so. I read all those books.
Every couple of months, my little like itch for poetry comes back, and then I go like 3 months of like, I need all these books, and then I start reading them, and then I have like a backlog. Right now I need to read like, I want to say I need to read about 3 poetry books that I've gotten.
So they're fun.
Because I love to like sit there with like really calm music, and I read through it, and I like underline things that I feel strongly with, or I will take sticky notes and I'll like tag them.
Oh, that's cute.
So I have like color coded like
I can't
tags.
do that. I could never get into it. Like a lot of people who read, they're like, oh, you should color code it. I was like, no, that's too much. I can't do it. I highlight some sentences sometimes of just things I feel like it's relevant to me, and or if, like I felt this.
Yeah.
That's like the most I've done.
I do it in pencil because I'm always afraid of like the highlighter that's going to bleed through to the next page. So I always underline in pencil, and sometimes I have little like notes and like thoughts from whatever I'm feeling in my life, and I date them. So I have like 2023 and 2024, and it's like, oh, I know who I'm thinking about, or like where I was in my life when this thought came about.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually never thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, on our Instagram page, I posted about episode 4, which I already gave context of, but I also put out questions for everyone who wanted to share, or even just in general think about, whoever's following us, which we are grateful for our following platform that we have.
Thank you.
It's still growing, so we're small but mighty.
I appreciate all of you that do come up to me and ask me about how the podcast is going. I have a lot of people that come out. Shout out to my wax girl, because she follows and listens, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, we really appreciate it for like anyone who's listening. That's why I say our following platform is so slow, but we're like small but mighty. I would say it's a big mentality. Yeah, on YouTube and Spotify, so it's cool. But back on that track, so Instagram, I posted out questions, and just like even you guys like didn't have to answer them, but like if you even thought about these, and I think it's only fair enough that we also answered these questions as we're discussing this topic about passion projects, and also trying to figure out like, damn, what the fuck do I do during my free time when in my mid-20s, when I'm like, shit, I don't just have to work, like I could do stuff with my life.
Yeah.
Question mark.
So the first one we kind of talked about, like, what are your passions?
Yeah. So mine's being a bookworm. I like also building Legos, and usually I have a DJ set kind of in the background. I've been getting really into like searching DJs right now. So like I like to go dance. Go dancing is really fun, but it's like hard to like find people to go do that. My knees don't work the same way I was when I was like 19, 18. So I also, of course, weightlifting, working out is like I like being a gym rat because I like exercising. It feels really good for me. What else do I do? I do painting.
Tarot.
I've done readings for her. She told me I'm not allowed to do it anymore.
But then we still do them every couple of months.
When she feels capable of like
to handle it.
Let's do it. Because she said she didn't like how accurate they were and she started getting mad. And I was like, I'm sorry, that's what the card said. I'm just pulling them with my energy and stuff. But I'm not. I do tarot for funsies. When I feel like I have the energy to do it, because it is sometimes a little draining. I also recently started writing poetry again. I have a blog on Medium. Maybe I'll link it on their YouTube description. So I just put poetry out what I've like feelings of my life or emotions or about people, just to like share. And if maybe people relate to it, if they don't, that's fine. If you do, I'm very appreciated. And I also journal. I think that's probably the most extensive thing that I do pretty frequent. Just with life could get overwhelming. Sometimes I have to write it all out, and it's kind of like as if my mind is like my like I'm imagining like the words draining out of me, and it's going into the book, and then it's closed, and like it's somewhere in that space, you know. What about you?
I have zero passions. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, she does.
You have very extensive passions, and you're really good at that. I'm
all right. I will say I've been neglecting painting and sketching lately, but I also do coloring books. I love coloring. That's like healing my inner child, dude. Like especially the one that you got me. They're entertaining. I have a cuss word like abstract book, so it's a bunch of cuss words and it's abstract. I love coloring it.
I don't know. I think when people tell me like, oh, what do I really enjoy doing, or what do I do in my free time? Honestly, it's listen to music.
That's still good.
Yeah, like a lot of the time I like to sit there or like lay there and just listen and feel, because I feel like a lot of the time, you know, artists are putting their heart and soul into a lot of these songs, and people are like, oh, that's a cool beat, or like, oh, there's this one line, and I'm like, no, but are you like sitting and are you like listening to what they're saying?
No, yeah.
You know, so I like doing that. I really like watching documentaries.
Just the true crime one?
No, not necessarily true crime, but it's like just documentaries about anything. A lot of them do end up being like true crimey.
Have you seen the one of the Netflix of the Gabby Petito one?
No.
You should watch that one. It's crazy.
So that one, I need to do The Curious Case of Natalia Grace.
No.
That's the one with the new show that just came out with the girl from Grey's Anatomy.
No.
No?
No.
It's about like this like girl with dwarfism.
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen it.
Oh,
no, I haven't watched it, but I meant like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, so I need to watch that one. So I really love watching documentaries of all kind. A lot of them do end up being true crime documentaries. So I do enjoy doing that, actually.
Nice.
I learned a lot of stuff. It's really cool.
No, that's a good thing. It's educating yourself.
Yeah. I love watching like history documentaries. So like 9/11 or the Holocaust or like big moments in history. And it's like, oh, did you know about like this during the Korean War? You know? Like,
no, I didn't.
It's stuff like that. What else do I do? Like I mentioned, the poetry. I get into like a couple months of poetry. Every now and then I get a bug and it's like, okay, I'm gonna work out, and then I do it for like a good 4 or 5 weeks.
That's so good.
And then I stop, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. And so I've been on this battle for probably the last like year now of being on and off working out.
There's no like consistency timeline with working out. I think, you know, working out is just like if you feel like doing that. It's could be the littlest things too, like yoga or hiking too, or just going for a walk. That's still exercising. Yeah,
so I try to at least stay somewhat active for sure. I try to, you know, even if I'm just laying in bed, try to like stretch my legs and stuff, just so I still keep mobility.
I don't even stretch, so and I work out so much.
Oh no, I have to stretch. So I've been trying to keep that up at least, because I want to at least feel like I can still be somewhat active. Although I do get out of breath just walking up the stairs, but I'm like, oh my God.
No. Even for me being an athlete, I get out of breath on the stairs. Something with stairs, and I don't know what they do to the stairs. I don't know what's there that they're like, we're gonna knock the wind out of you, and like, what the fuck?
I mean, just in this damn house, I'm running up and down the stairs like freaking 5 times a day.
That's still a workout.
I know.
So
Trust me, I know. I'm
you
out
could
of
like
breath.
do that for like a good 15 minutes, and then you could do like skipping a step and stuff.
I've thought about that.
You could do that too.
I've thought about just when I'm bored going up and down the
That's
stairs.
still a workout, dude.
Yeah. So that's been one that I'm working towards. I do want to be active a little more, especially during like, here's the thing. You have to find me at like a perfect weather where it's like, I don't know, like 66 and sunny.
Good for you. Because
Right?
like now I'm waking up at 5:30 for a spin class at 6 a.m. I'm like, all right, we're going to count down to 5 and get up.
So the other thing too is that when I start getting into like a workout routine, my work schedule is so
Psycho.
not on a routine that it messes up my workout routine.
I think that's what's even hard too, is like with the work-life balance, and it's like trying to make time for things you want to do while your work is like so chaotic. Even my work could be sometimes chaotic. Well, my hours are not even the typical 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I work 11 to 9, guys. So my free time is literally in the morning, and then Friday, because I get to work remote, thankfully, and then the weekends. Like my morning, that's why I wake up really early to go work out, so I have time, and it's a nice decompression though, because I start my morning slow.
I can't even tell you that I work a normal 8 to 5 because I work Saturdays and I work sometimes like 6 to 8 p.m. But then I have an event at like 8 in the morning, so I have to be there at 7.
I think what's also difficult too, like since now we're working more like office-ish, walking around doing stuff that's somewhat active at work. That's what's hard, is like trying to also find time to also be active at work, or just sitting just a screen, and that's not helping our bodies either. Like that's even harder too, and I mean, at least for me, like that's why I at least do a wellness walk around campus around like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, depending on the weather. Even if it's hella hot, I'm like, I gotta go walk and be in the sun for a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, most of my job is consisted of travel, so I'm in the car for driving for like an hour, 2 hours. Forever. Yeah, so even if I'm not sitting behind a desk, I'm sitting behind the wheel. Can't move, can't do anything.
Move, bitch,
yeah. So it's like those little times that I do have to like lug things in and out of the trunk. I'm like, okay, well, I'm being active and doing this, right? And I'm still doing it in a way where I'm not going to like break my back or like hurt my knees or anything.
Okay, whatever. At myself right now in physical therapy because I jacked up my knee.
Yeah.
Shall we go to question 2?
Yes.
I think we kind of started answering question 2, if I'm not gonna lie.
How are you navigating new routines or changes in your life to suit your needs and wants? So we kind of technically answered question 3, which is how is balancing work life?
All right, whatever. We're going to go into each one no matter what. So question 2, one more time.
How are you navigating new routines or changes in your life to suit your needs and wants?
What's funny is that I wrote these questions. I can't fucking remember them. Like
She really did.
I took the time to write these questions. Oh, God. I think in the beginning, I struggled really bad because I was just like, well, I have so much free time. And this was hard, is like friendships change, your life changes, like your priorities change. So in the beginning, like I had even if I want to go out and about for my free time and want to go do things that I want to do. Like I'm a big person who likes to go to museums. I like to go to concerts. I like to do these activities that I find like found the candlelight concert thing that I told you about. And I always never, or like go out to eat somewhere and treat myself. Like it's hard for me to go alone. In the beginning it did. And I always felt like I should go with friends, but then friends are busy because other priorities of their life. And then I was just like, I'm wasting days of not doing something I want to do because someone else doesn't want to do it with me.
Yeah.
So I think that's like something I had to adapt, especially for my needs and wants. So now I think this is like the highest record of like me doing, there's so many things I've actually done alone. I've gone to flea markets, concerts. Concerts was a big one, which is crazy. But I had a blast. Like I made friends. It's crazy to really see like there's actually a lot of people who do things also alone. So like it was nice the first or second concert I went to by myself. I made friends. And it was like they were in line with me and they're all by themselves. I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of crazy. Like it made me feel comfortable that I didn't look crazy, because I felt like I looked crazy, or like I looked like a what's the right word? Not a loner, but I get social anxiety. So I got nervous and like trying to nudge myself to these opportunities and even trying to make new friends. Like I've gone to these Latina community events to make friends, called like one's called Damas in Los Angeles. I'll tag them here. Another one's Happy Girl Club, which I recently went, and like it's other women that are just trying to make friends. And it was really nice that I did make friends too with some of them. So it was really nice to be able to adapt to finding people who have similar interests. But also I started to learn how to be more independent and solo in a healthy way, where I'm like, I'm gonna go do something I want to do. I'm not gonna waste a day that because I'm scared or nervous. Sometimes I need to just take that little shove. For me, it's really hard kick in the ass to like really go. Like I've gone to museums by myself, movies. Oh,
I love movies by myself.
Movies by yourself is so fun. If you haven't done it, please do it. It's great. I've done the candlelit concert. I went by myself. It was beautiful. Like now I have these memories with myself and these events that I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful I did them. Like took a while. Like Ted, I wasted a lot of years of just like not doing something I want to do because I was scared to go alone. And now I feel like I've grown as a person to like help with my routine now, my lifestyle now, like focusing what I want to do and like focusing on my needs too, to like enjoy these things. And it's like okay to be alone, and I think it's what helped me be comfortable with the uncomfortable and being uncomfortable with myself by taking these initiatives to do it. And also thanks to therapy on that, because that was a battle, man.
Yeah.
What about you?
When you were saying like doing things by yourself, I forgot to mention Disneyland.
Oh yeah,
is one of my big like passions. I'm
so jealous. I hate her sometimes.
I'm not afraid to admit.
But we're going next month, but
we are.
There's a couple surprises we will not share for that.
I am not afraid to admit that I'm a Disney adult. Like
I love being a Disney adult.
That's just who I am, and I'm so happy
fun.
with myself.
But she's a little bit more of a Disney adult than I am. I would say our ranges are a little different.
But I'm also not like overly annoying about it either.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Can't wait to eat a churro, bro.
But Disney is one of my big passions, and I do that by myself a lot more frequently. I got a pass in November, and since getting a pass, I'm like, you know what? I'll go spend like an hour or 2 or 3 after work sometimes. I go get a churro, eat some food, ride a ride maybe, if the line isn't stupid long.
Because they sometimes are stupid long.
Yeah. And I come home, and it's great, and I love doing that. And genuinely, like, when people say find your happy place, as cheesy as it sounds, like, Disneyland is my happy place. It is quite literally, and I think it's almost kind of like you said with the coloring books, like, it's a way to like heal my inner child.
No, that's facts. Because like I think people don't realize that there's a lot of activities we love in doing that we actually, if you really think about it, we've done as kids. And it's like we're kind of going back to the kid like part of ourselves
with adult money
that we use irresponsibly sometimes. But I get jealous. There's some stories she posts when she's at Disneyland. I'm like, I'm at work, I'm like, must be fucking nice to go get a churro right now at 6 p.m.
And that heals like some like happy place. I can't be mad at Disney. I just can't. Like, I'm happy walking around, and yeah, I see like couples and I see families and friends, and I'm like, oh, like I wish my friends were here, you know. I wish I had a partner to like come with me.
Sorry, I'm broke.
I know. Like, I wish I had somebody that could just like drive down really fast and be here with me, but yeah, we live too far to see each other on the daily. But at the same time, like,
I don't have a pass either. If I did, I would be like trying my hardest to like go with
every
her
other
and
weekend.
be like best friend. Let's go to Disney.
Yeah. But I'm okay with doing that by myself, and I love having those experiences. Did I show you the picture I took with Forky?
Yes, I saw that. Oh my God.
I was busting up laughing. I did that experience by myself. I was a little buzzed, and I took a picture with Forky. We'll insert it for funsies. But I love that. It was just like a fun little memory for me. And I was like, this is great. I'm having a blast right now. I get to drink. I get to eat whatever I want. I don't have to worry about anybody else's plans but my own. And that's really great. I totally went off topic to what the question was.
Focusing on the lifestyle with your needs and wants. You're on the track with it. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Yeah. So that's a big want, was Disneyland, and I made it happen. So yeah, and I think I talked about it a little earlier about how I'm trying to fit all my passions into such a chaotic work environment, right? So it's like, okay, let me figure out what I need in life and then what I want in life, because I think a lot of the time it's like, okay, I want Disneyland, right? It's not a need. I don't have to go to Disneyland.
No, that's facts.
But I wanted it and I'm working for it, you know? But also, let me make sure that my needs are met so that I'm paying off my credit card and that I'm paying my car payment and my student loans. And, you know, let me make sure I'm trying to adult and get my life in order. Cause
Literally, like your first priorities is also like the needs.
Right.
Did I buy groceries this week? Do I pay my credit card bill? Do I pay my phone bill? La 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 la.
The
Car
little
insurance.
bit of rent that I do pay.
The little bit of everything that I pay. That's also like the needs you have to focus on. Like, what are the most important priorities that aside from the wants that you want to do? Like, I want like another pair of shoes, but that's a want, not a need.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what am I doing that I need to take care of my well-being, my health, X, Y, and Z? So those are more important to like focus on too. Like you're correct on that.
Yeah, my spending habits are really bad right now.
Yeah, that's why. Hello, Disneyland.
I bought a bag. Did I need it? No. But did I want it? And I wanted to treat myself because of my new promo? Yes.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you have to treat yourself. Like, everyone has shitty days. Like, sometimes it is like, for me, like, shitty days, I'm like, I'm gonna eat like shit and get a dessert. And I'm calling it a day. So it's fine. Like, we all have those moments. We're human. It happens. The thing is just making sure you bounce back in the best way possible.
Yeah, and I'm very lucky to have supportive parents where, like, I will never physically grow broke, like, ever. Even if I drain everything in my bank account, which obviously I'm not trying to do, but if that were to ever happen, I know that I have the support of my family to be able to continue doing what I want.
Support systems.
Yeah.
The crew.
And I keep telling my parents because they're like, oh, you should save money. And I'm like, but I want to live life and I want to have fun right now. So we'll worry about saving some of that money for later.
Yeah, I think it also depends on like the timeline that you're at. So like I think we're on that same range of like still living our lives and also still being responsible at the same time as best as possible.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm still putting into my retirement. Don't get me wrong.
That's facts. Do I think I'm gonna retire anytime soon? Hell no.
I'm definitely retiring when I'm like 60.
Good luck.
Well, like in my 60s or 70. I don't know. What's the retirement age?
I don't know.
65.
And right now I'm thinking there's no retirement. I'm only 25.
I'm work until I die.
Nah. But was a question 3.
Question 3 was something about work life.
Yeah.
How is balancing work life?
I mean, I feel like we've gone into this like a billion times.
Yeah.
But like just
it all kind of ties back.
Yeah. Just literally balancing everything. Like I will say confidently, I will say my work and life balance is pretty good, but sometimes I have my moments where I'm like, I don't have anything together, and then I have a crisis. Like, there's literally, I can actually share this one. So, there was one time I was having a crisis. I don't know what was going on in my world. I think it's just I felt like I was falling apart, and I hit her up. I sent a whole snap or video, something saying that, oh, I should try a new activity. Maybe I should try DJing. I was like, I think I was having a crisis. And she's like, she literally responded back, girl, you okay? Like, and so like, those are like some moments like when I'm like going through something like pretty heavy or like my work life agenda is not routine is not it. I have a crisis and I'm thinking, oh, I've been watching this too many times, and like I just got into, oh my god, I feel like I would do really good DJ. Like it was just like a whole crisis moment. Yeah.
And I mean, I think for a lot of people, not that work becomes their life, but work becomes such a significant part of what your life is, right? You kind of, I don't want to say you revolve your life around your work, but sometimes it truly feels that way. And I think especially for us being young professionals and wanting like feeling like we have something to prove to our work, to our professional selves as we become young professionals or grow in our young professionalism, is like, okay, let me make sure that I can work my hardest, but also let me make sure I'm not giving up my life. Because I think especially in the work that I did in my last job, it was like, okay, let me grind as hard as I can, but for what reward? Like, all I'm doing is hurting myself.
Yeah, literally. Like, we've been in, I would say for both of us, in a lot of employments in the past, we've been in toxic situations, even in work. And I think my dad said it best when, like, you know, he has his balance moments of like where I should be saving my money, but then he's like, go live your life. And I'm like, I'm trying to do both, Dad, I swear. But he says to me that we don't live to work, we work to live.
Yeah.
And I think that's what is hard sometimes for many of us, that balance, because sometimes it's true, like we all of a sudden make our work revolve around our entire life, but then we forget about the living part of ourselves and losing like memories or things that we had opportunities to go do for fun or something you wanted to go focus on, and yet you focused on work instead. And it's like, you know, you don't want to get in that loophole thinking that this is all that their life has for you. Life has more for you. So, you know, you want to make sure you work to live the life that you want.
Yeah.
You're okay to take breaks. It's fine. I still struggle with it though.
No, and at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, what's that one sick day gonna cost me? You know,
What's that mental health day even gonna cost you?
Like, as long as I'm still getting my work done and I'm still actively like, as long as I'm still active in my job and not taking a passive role in it, then I deserve to
breathe.
To breathe, to have fun. So that's definitely a new work-life balance that I've found currently. And also with my current job, even though it is similar to what I did, it's also a new team and a very like more understanding and accommodating team where they're like, hey, like, you're working hard, I see you working hard, but also chill. Like, we're chilling, like, let's not, you know, there's no need to panic right now, like, we're good, everything will work itself out. And I'm like, are you sure? Are we not starting a little mini fire right here? And they're like, nah, it's good. And I'm like, okay, you're telling me it's good, so I'm gonna chill.
I think it was the same boat with me too, because my boss has told me I'm the one coworker who has taken the least amount of sick and vacation days, because I'm like, I'm the one who's always there. She's like, it's okay that you need a sec to like breathe, everything will be fine. She'll remind me like, you have the support here, you're good, take it if you need it. So it's nice to have that comfort knowing that like they put that space for us, which I think it's hard to find in a lot of work cultures in general. I mean, would say I'm trying my best to also teach that to my current student employees that I have, like, this is the work culture you should have, where I tell them, hey, life happens. If you need a day or you need to study or there's something happen and you're like, I can't make it, I'm sorry, I'm like, it's okay. Like, if you're sick, I don't want you here. Like,
oh, for sure.
Go get better. Good night. Goodbye. No, you're not coming in. So it's like also building that culture for themselves to learn, like, this is how I should feel supported. Because I make sure, like, I guess to my best of my abilities, I think you also do the same of like, we're trying to build platforms where everyone feels seen, heard, and advocated for, and want to be supported in a work culture where they could thrive as individuals in their own professional development, along with also just working in our department.
Yeah, for sure. And I know I definitely know that it's hard when you first get into a new job and you're like, well, I don't want to already ask for something, or, you know, like, I don't want to, like, I just got here like 5 months ago. I don't want to like take a sick day. They're going to think I'm not working hard enough or whatever. And I came into this job and I was like, yo, so I'm going to need July 13th off. It's my birthday. I'm not coming in. Like, that's just a rule that I've set up for myself, is I don't work on my birthday. And that is a rule that I'm going to stick to, because that is for my mental health and my benefit. Like, I don't, who wants to be at work on their birthday?
No one. Unless I had one of my student employees literally asked me, I was like, yeah, it's your birthday, get out.
Yeah, I mean, unless like you don't celebrate your birthday.
That's fair. Yeah,
or you know, if you have like a really important meeting that you're leading on your birthday, then obviously that sucks, but like, do it,
or leave early.
Yeah, or leave early, right? But like, take time for you. And and every now and then I still feel a little guilty for it. I know my coworker.
Yeah, even for Monday, which is something that you guys will wait and see on a special episode. But even then, when like leaving early for that, I was just like, I feel so bad. Like, I work till 9 and they're like, we're fine. We have the floors covered. You're good. Get the heck out.
Yeah. And I have a coworker recently actually that she was like, oh my God, like, are they going to think that I'm not working hard enough because we're about to go into this new role with new responsibilities? And I was like, no, this is a time for you to be with your family. You can't change this date, you know?
Yeah.
Like, at this point, work comes second. They know how hard that you work year round, that just because we have new responsibilities doesn't mean that all of a sudden you have to change these plans.
No, yeah.
You know?
It's crazy. It's like learning curve from like toxic environments to nice, wholesome environments.
Yeah.
Shall we do question 4?
4?
Did I write only 4 questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it hard finding new passions and hobbies when you are still learning about yourself?
Yes. I feel like it's always, because like I feel like I'm always evolving, and I feel like that's the whole purpose of growing and me only being in my mid-20s, I know there's so many things probably in the future of my life that I haven't even experienced yet, like my doctor program, like that will change me and involve me to learn new things or experiences, and maybe new passions and new like purposes of my career, to my life, to myself. So I feel like it's a little difficult sometimes, but like at least I know my little hobbies and trinkets that I know, like those will be my forever things I like doing. But there's always going to be areas to potentially for like have room for more. Thoughts?
I was gonna say no.
Really?
Well, so here's my thought process is like, no, it's okay, maybe I'm contradicting myself now.
Maybe it's a maybe.
Maybe it's a maybe, because I was gonna say, like, is it hard to find new passions and hobbies? No, because there's always so many things out there.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, like, as you said, like, as you evolve as a person, your passions and hobbies are also going to evolve as a person, right? You may have things that you used to do when you were 16 that now at 26 you don't do, or almost 26, you know, versus like reading. Like, you've never let go of reading, right? I love reading. I'll never let go of Disney.
Unfortunately, we'll have to let it go in the fall for a little bit because I have to read other priorities.
And you'll be reading in a different sense, right? So it's like one of those things where it's like, is it hard to find new things? No. Is it hard to find things that are going to stick with you for a while, or that you feel stick with you as a person as you evolve?
Yeah.
Yes. And so I think that's like a distinction, right?
No, yeah, I agree. I feel like it's a maybe. I would just say yes because I'm like, I'm a picky person too at the same time. And I'm like, what if I hate everything that I'm doing right now? And I'm like, all right, time to revamp and do it all differently.
I think that's why my passion projects never really stick for long periods of time. I get into these little like 3-month spurts, and then I'm like, oh shit, life happens, and I have to put it to the side. Like, I have a diary. I don't think I've ever told you. I have a diary, and it's from like, where is it? Middle school. I'm not giving it to you. You're not gonna see it, but it's from like middle school or something. Aww. And the way that I have been so inconsistent with this diary, it's like I'll put it down for like 2 years, and then I come back and read it, and I'm like, hey, here's a life update from the last 2 years. And then I try to do it at least once a month, like summarize my month. I don't know if I ever told you I started a diary for Channel Islands.
Oh shit, no.
Yeah, so I first got to, I don't even know. I think I might have thrown it away. Because what happened was, when I first got to school, I wanted to write like a monthly or like a weekly summary.
Trying to be have a biography? Jeanette's biography, Channel Islands, a crisis.
No, but like, this was a new experience for me, you know? So I wanted to kind of...
just making fun of you.
I wanted to kind of write out like what my college experience would be, because I thought it would be cool to look back on it in a couple years, you know, and read like what I had done.
Yeah.
Tell me how I stopped that literally
the
like
day of
2 months in. I never picked that book up again.
You know what's funny is like sometimes I think back of like our past and everything, how we were before, and sometimes I really think in my brain, bro, if this was like a TV show movie, like the Office version, I'll be like looking at an imaginary camera. I'm like, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
I still think about that now. I feel like sometimes I have an imaginary camera with the out-of-pocket things I hear from students, and I'm like, did anyone else catch that?
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, where was my thought process going with even
the
that
diary
story?
channel.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a hobby that I tried to pick up, right? It was like, let me write about it, and then I stopped doing it, and I was like, damn it, I wish I would have kept that going, but life gets in the way.
Yeah,
like, it's almost like you want to pause and reflect, but at the same time, you don't want to miss life happening. So then you're like, okay, let me just keep doing life. And then when you stop for a moment, you're like, damn, I should have picked that book up again.
Then do you think that's why sometimes, like, when we feel like we have to keep going, is that we don't even take the moment to appreciate?
Yeah.
I think that's what our problem is. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I just opened the portal.
We constantly just feel like we have to keep going and going. And yes, we make memories, but I don't think we ever actually pause to reflect on the memories.
I think that's what I'm learning to do now. It's just like, now I look back, I'm like, ha, I did it. I did like, just like, not even like the successful parts of my life, like in my career, but like just the fun moment was like, oh shoot, like I got to do finally a candlelight concert, and it was Coldplay. Do you know how beautiful that was? It was beautiful. I was like trying not to cry. I loved it. And it's like even the memory, like most recently, like when I was in Colorado, my sister's getting married. I said that in my little internet episode, and it was a really special moment to like keep like that memory forever. Like it was my sister and I to do wedding dress shopping and finding the one, and like I got to really just enjoy that moment. I'm trying to really soak in the moments that I want to appreciate and like the things I get to do for fun or with others. So I think that's like a big learning curve, which leads to a question now. What do you think you've like learned, or like have you feel like you've learned to like take in the present moment and cherish these things? Because we struggle.
Yeah. I was thinking about something similar where it's like, when people are like, oh my God, we don't have any pictures of that time, it's because you were living so in the moment that you forget. But then it's also like, damn, I wish I had a picture to like have that memory like saved and encapsulated in some way. And so I think a lot of the time I reflect when I am actually able to see pictures of things, because then I can go back and I'm like, oh my God, like I remember that. Like, what did we do? What was the feelings? Like all these things, right? And sometimes if I don't physically see a picture, then I'm like, wait, what did we do? Like, what happened? And this is why I love taking pictures on Snapchat, even though it's not like the best quality of pictures. But it's because every now and then I'll go into like Snapchat and the memories come up. And then I'm like, oh my God, like I forgot about that. And it has like the date and the time. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, like I remember that.
Like literally she sent me recently like from a year ago, us moving out of our apartment. I was like, shit, it's been that long.
The last night that we spent together in that apartment. I know. So it's like things like that. So maybe I should start putting more pictures into like Snapchat memories or something. Maybe. Which, I mean, the iPhone does that too nowadays. Yeah. It'll start doing memories. I turn that off though.
I did too. It's kind of annoying.
It is kind of annoying. But yeah, it's things like that. That's when I reflect, is when I have like that physical picture in front of me, or when we're telling a story. Yeah. Because if not, like it'll just be a lived experience, and it'll just be a memory for the moment until something comes up and I'm like, wow, I remember that day. Wow.
It's an avocado. Thanks. But I mean, I think that's what we're still navigating on, of like cherishing that moment instead of like getting stuck up with okay, now we have to do this. It's like, hold on, let's take a couple minutes to like appreciate what's going on, and then we'll go back into it. Like I think that's what we think, or at least for me, I think like the timing of it like really is like thinking like we have only a lot of time left, but we have plenty of time to like figure shit out.
Yeah, people tend to speed up life so fast,
and I think I'm trying for once to like slow it down and just enjoy the moments and stop and smell the roses and touch some grass. I don't know, but like just trying to be here, be present, not focus on the next 5 years. That's why I like kind of gave up the 5-year plan or some bullshit like that. I used to I thought a lot of things when I was a kid. I was like, this is all gonna happen, and that had not happened, but other better things happened instead.
I thought I would be close to marriage by the age of 25.
Things change, ladies and gentlemen, but that's fine, and that's why I'm saying like I think I learned from those things, and like but better things came around, and I feel like I've learned a lot more, and I'm having fun. I'm enjoying my time, even though sometimes it's stressful as hell. I'm enjoying my time. Yeah.
No other thoughts really. So life advice. We'll start with passion projects, and this kind of ties into like the actual life advice. But I would say for passion projects, I think don't be scared to try new things and constantly try new things, and not hold on to something that no longer fits your life. I think that's super important. Something that I've learned recently is make it work for your life, right? Make things work for your life versus trying to fit life into like certain areas. And something else that I was gonna say, I lost my train of thought, so I guess that's it.
No, I think that's that's honestly really good. Like what you just said is just trying something new and letting go of things that no longer serve you or just serve the new part of your life that you're in. Things change and it's hard to let go. That doesn't mean it's gonna be painful or anything, but ease yourself into it, knowing that there's a part of your life that's closing, but that means a new one's opening. So I think that's like a beautiful embark of like life and chapters of growing and evolving. So
when one door closes, another one opens.
That's because she like cliche as it sounds. What the
English?
hell? As cliche that it sounds, but that's pretty accurate. So, thanks for tuning in from episode 4. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Have any questions, thoughts? Remember, there is a Google form. If you have any questions for us that we should answer or any topics that you want to hear from us.
It'll constantly stay open.
Yeah, it will always stay open. I will be snooping in it and just being like, what do we got?
Or if you're curious to hear about certain things about our lives, you're like, hey, I don't really know this about you. Drop that in there.
Yeah, seriously. So you'll find us all on our Instagram, but also on our Linktree, YouTube, Spotify. And yeah, tune in for kind of a special episode coming up next week.
Super exciting.
It's going to be fun. And I mean, you'll get it hopefully by the...
Will this come out before that special episode, or do you think special first?
No, this one will come out first.
Okay.
And then the special will come out probably within the following week, the same week. So there's a surprise.
Woo-hoo!
There's 2 episodes probably coming out next week. So looking forward to a special episode of This and Yab for episode 5. And cool.
So exciting.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye.